Did you know you can run an AI model that is just as smart as ChatGPT locally on your machine, absolutely for free? It doesn't matter if it's internet connected or not, you can actually run this right now. And so I have a treat with you today. We're going to use a couple of tools. It should be really fast to get us set up. And in probably minutes, you'll be up and going with the latest AI models. And so the one we're going to play around with today is called the Llama 3.3 70 billion model. It's the latest model released from Meta. And that is just going to allow us to take this capabilities of these AI systems and have a chat interface. So I can show you here in LM Studio is what we're going to be using. And this is like a little chat interface, just like you would chat with ChatGPT. And then you can actually write code and do anything you normally do with your models and stuff. So this is going to be a really quick episode to get us started. For those folks who are trying to use ChatGPT and it being down, this is a really great alternative for you. So first, we're going to go to lmstudio.ai. So just go to lmstudio.ai. I am using a Mac, so I'm going to download the M series one. But if you have a Windows machine or if you have a Linux machine, you can go ahead and download those models. So the M series one is going to be the one that I'm using. And so this allows you to run these models. Once you get it downloaded and installed, basically all you need to do is just launch the LM Studio. Is going to show an interface like this. And at the very top, we're going to go ahead and select the model. So let me just go ahead and make sure that this is in view so you can see it here. So, okay, here at the top is where we're going to select our model. And in here, you could just type in Llama 3.3 and then hit enter. And it's going to go ahead and do a search with all the models there. So these are my models that are currently there. So select the model to load. So let's see, I should be able to type in Llama, search, developers, models, my models. So in my models here, can I download some more? Downloads. These are the ones I have downloaded. So the model is really big. And so the model that I downloaded right now is the Llama 3.3 70B 8-bit. And so as you can see, that's 74 gigabytes that you'll need on your computer for it to run. You can actually download a 4-bit model or something that's a little bit smaller depending on your machine, just so that you have a heads up. So the bits of the models will kind of help it as far as like the speed that you want to get and also the output / intelligence. And so right now I'm just going to go ahead and load the one that I already downloaded. And so what this does is tells you how many tokens you can use and how much is supported on your computer. So you can just go ahead and load model. And then so what it's gonna do is just put it into memory. And I'm running a process called sudo asi top. And this is something that you can install via Homebrew. And then we should be able to basically track how much memory is being used. So on my Mac right now, I basically have 128 gigs. And because I wanted to run the 8-bit model, I wanted to kind of keep things as close as possible. It's basically 32-bit, 16, and it keeps kind of going down from there. As you can see, it takes up a lot of memory for it to run on my machine. But this is going to be actually running completely offline and local for me. So I could just say, yo, let me cook, and then hit send. And then basically what it's going to go ahead and do is just talk right to the assistant and come back. And so this works if you have a Mac or if you have a PC, you're going to experience the same thing. And in my case, because I have a Mac, I just loaded the MLX model, and the MLX model is going to be the one that's going to run really, really fast. The number of tokens per second is pretty slow because I've chosen like a higher, 8-bit model and stuff. So I'm basically pushing the limits. So a good question is like, Ray, how big of a model can I actually run on my machine? And so I actually made this LLM RAM calculator. So if you just go to llm-calc.rayfernando.ai, I'm actually going to drop that in the comments so that you can basically check that out as well. And then from here, you can actually put in what your configuration of the machine is. So here, if you run 8-bit quantization, you should be able to run a model with 124 billion parameters. And then if you want to change your context window, so if you want to have like 20,000 contexts or maybe 100K contexts, you should be able to run the model. Like with my sides, I'm going to be struggling at 76 billion parameters. So I'll have to probably set my context window to like 50,000 to kind of run this comfortably at 8-bit. But if I have only 64 gigs of RAM or maybe like 48, if I put the quantization down to like 4-bit, and then if I change the context window to maybe like, let's see, 10,000, then it definitely makes it so that you have like, you should be able to run the 70B model. So Actually, I have the M3 Max at 128 gigabytes. So I was going to get the M4, but I just kind of canceled. I was like, no, I don't think I need this right now. Because it's like the M3 I actually got was to replace my M1 machine. So if you just go to LM Studio, download that. So I want to see if we can download a new model. So if I hit a new chat, can I just select a different model? I can hit eject. So I should be able to load like Hermes. Oh yeah, here we go. Search more for Hermes. So I want to download the new Hermes 3.2 model. So this model just came out from, it was announced from Technium. And so what they do is they actually have this new really tiny model that allow you to do a lot of really cool, small, tiny tasks. And so this can actually be used for local use. And we're going to actually see how fast this thing is, because it should be blazing fast, which would be awesome. Let me go ahead and get some vibes going in here. So big shout outs to Hertzfeld Labs, who's a member of the stream. Definitely love you tuning in and stuff. So we're going to be, what we're doing right now, for those who are just tuning in, is the fact that we're just trying to get some local LM AI stuff set up. So all you have to do is basically just go to LM Studio, download that right there. And then once you download that stuff from LM Studio and you launch it, all you have to do is just type in the model that we want. So here we're going to go ahead and download this model. As you can see, it's Q4. So that means quantized 4-bit. So that will allow us to run this on my computer. And it'll actually tell you if you have enough memory to run this on. So right now it just requires 2 gigabytes of RAM. And if I wanted something at a higher, like quantized 5, 6, or 8, it'll tell you how much bigger it is. So I want to go ahead and see if I can run this at the, let's just go ahead and let's run the Q4 just so that we can just run this really fast. This is probably what most people will download. And so let's go ahead and start that download right now. So you can see there's a little download progress bar here on the right. And then if I just move my head as well, it's going to show us on the left, this is like the download section. So this is going to basically tell us how fast things are downloading. And it's pretty good considering that I'm currently on the live stream and y'all are just tuning in right now. So fair. M3 is a beast. Any word on using the Tencent video model on the Apple Silicon? I think that's, yeah, let's see. I know that Prince Kanuma was doing something. So let's go ahead and hit the X here. Tencent. Arc Llama, is it this one? I haven't paid too close attention to that one. Llama. If you let me know the model name, I'll definitely will download it. We're going to play around with it. That'd be really cool. And so while that is going, while we're downloading that, by the way, so the downloads would be here at the bottom. Oh, download completed. Load model. Let's go ahead and load that model. All right, so I'm going to hit the X here. So we have a new chat, and then we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to eject the previous model from my memory just so I save space. And you can see that how much memory consumption it is using up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and move myself back to the side here so we can see me. And so we're going to select the Hermes Llama 3. And then it tells us how, like, what the current context length is. And so this is the maximum number of tokens the model was trained on to handle. So you can set the size value there. So this can support up to 131,000 tokens. So we're like, yeah, let's bump this up. So it also tells us that, hey, setting this value too high can actually cause some problems. So just FYI. So that's kind of like what my calculator was taking care of. So we can just say, we're going to run this at 6,000. Why not? Okay. So here I can run this because my model's bigger. I have a lot more RAM. And then go ahead and load model. And then we're going to get rid of this. So so what's the capital of France? Boom. There you go. Look how fast that is. Give me a pizza recipe, a gluten-free pizza recipe. Bro, this is crazy. This is so crazy right now. So like, this is the tiny model. This is Hermes 3.3. This is running the Llama 3.2, 3 billion parameter. I mean, you're seeing how fast this is. 612 tokens were used, and this is coming in at a rate of 92 tokens a second. So this is the 4-bit quantized model, and you're able to just speed through this thing, which is so beastly. And so what's cool about the LM Studio is that they have a branch chat after this message. So if I wanted to branch this chat and continue the chain of thought that I already have in my context, so what this means is that whatever you're typing in above is going to be included in the next set of messages. So this could be useful if you're doing like a discovery phase where you're trying to debug a problem and you've gotten to a certain step, but you want to try 2 different actions. So we're going to go down here and hit this little branch, and this branch will actually kind of creates this new little thing up here. So we have our original chat down below, and then right up above it, we have the, the branched version. It says branched up there. You can rename it or do whatever you want. So you can say, make French fries. But I think what could be really interesting for me is like some of the coding tasks and some writing tasks. So one thing that we can do is, what I like to do is, I want a place to basically store my prompts and everything. So I made this thing called Mr. Beast Persona, just to like ask it questions and do different things. And so my instruction set is in here is to act like Mr. Beast. So I'm literally just going to copy these instructions, and I should be able to come into LM Studio and just get a new chat going. And so I'm going to say, there should be a way to modify these instructions. So can we change the settings in here? Model search, runtime. Let's see, where can I do that? So we're going to discover this together because I'm a power user, sure. So in here, I think I should be able to hit the settings. I want to give it the system message. So if you go developer on the left-hand side, we have this model that's load up. Select to load a model. So, okay. Oh, so this will let us run it so that we can run this locally. Got it. Okay. So here's the current model. Here's the inference load code snippets. Okay. Dang. So select the preset, create a new empty preset. So say I'll call it Mr. Beast. Hit save. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste this into my system prompt. So this system prompt is basically the message for the language model to act like Mr. Beast. So I'm going to go ahead and save and have the temperature up here. So commit changes. Okay. So let's go. Can I use this? How do I, let's figure this out. This would be kind of fun. So hit new chat. I'm going to hit this delete here. Delete. All right. So let's go Mr. Beast mode. Mr. Beast mode. Okay, cool. Yo. I'm really glad here to chat. Having a great day so far. Are you Mr. Beast? No. Dang, son. Okay, so how do I get this? Okay, so I'm not sure how to load the system messages, but we'll learn together. And that's kind of why I wanted to open up LM Studio. It's like, now that we have the model in, where the model gets really powerful is where if we give it instructions. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go back and delete some of these previous messages where I say, yo, I'm going to go ahead and delete the assistant messages. And I'm going to say, are you Mr. Beast? And then I'm going to get rid of this. So what we're doing now is we're starting off this chat exactly with the instruction set that I pasted in here about how we're going to act like Mr. Beast. And so, so it basically says, hey, I'm excited. So like, give me a hook for my YouTube video. And then I basically can just give it my current video. So it's like, I'm talking about how to load local language models in case ChatGPT goes offline forever. So boom. So like, this is basically the persona of like Mr. Beast kind of loaded up. So like, here's an engaging hook to grab your audience. And so it goes like, you're about to discover the secret key to staying connected and powered in an AI powered world. In explosive video, we're going to underground with local language models. That's right. It's time to load up your own. So like, basically right now it's just acting like Mr. Beast. What's interesting is like, I feel like the smaller models are going to be really good at, these like smaller tasks. I don't know if it's going to be like super intelligent about writing. But what we can do is test out like another model. So we can just go ahead and say, okay, I want to go to this download section and just say, can we search for stuff? Let's see, Llama 3.3. And then if I hit search, this is the thing. I think I have to probably unload a model. Eject. Okay, Llama 3.3. So this is the thing that's not really that intuitive right now. It's like, how do you search for the new model? Download. Okay, so because I used to be able to just get the model. Oh, here we go, the system prompt. Oh, it's on the side. Okay, so if we go to casual greetings here, if I go to the system prompt, I should just paste this. Oh, select the preset, Mr. Beast. Whoops, cancel. So I have the Mr. Beast prompt. So I think we should be good here now. Okay, so this little thing on the side will allow us to change the persona. So theoretically, if I go back into here, like create a new chat, and if I just say, let's load up the 70B one that I had, and let's bring the token count down to like, I don't know, 2024 or something, load model. All right, so I'm just gonna give it not so much context window. I just need something a little small just to go back and forth. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is select this preset called Mr. Beast, and we should be able to go beast out. Oh, it's the Hunyan model. Oh, okay. 10-cent Hunyan. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. So to click the beaker in the right corner for the system prompt. Yo, Mr. Frank, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Let's cook. That's what it's all about right now. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is a pretty like impromptu stream. I know that people want to play around with the Llama model. It's like really super simple. Like we just get LM Studio up. But right now we're sort of exploring together some of these settings so that we can understand, a little bit how we can modify the model and do our stuff. So now that we have the model loaded, we have the Mr. Beast system prompt. So we have that in here. Any other settings we need to change? Sampling? No, we're Gucci. Okay. Conversation notes. We can add some notes in there. All right. So then now that we're saved there, so I can kind of maybe ask it the same question up here. So I could say, let's see, it should be able to do stuff. So give me a hook for my YouTube video. So we're going to go here. So now we're dealing with the bigger model. We're doing the same persona as Mr. Beast here on the side. But now we're going to be using the Llama 3.3 70B model. So let's go ahead and hit send. So let's hit send and we'll see like how different the response is. And by the way, it's probably going to take a longer time to load because we have, a bigger model loaded. And at the very bottom right, you see the settings. They'll tell us how much RAM this is using up. 69 gigabytes, 69.69 with 80% GPU. CPU, sorry. So you can say unload all models. And you can see it's streaming in, but it's streaming in slower. So if I wanted to, I could probably download the model. So I think if I do 4-bit, instead of it downloading 80 gigabytes, I'll probably download 40 gigabytes. So I'll tell you how that looks like. And then what's cool is you can actually reveal them in Finder and delete them if they're taking up too much space on your machine. So this is basically the way that you're going to be able to load and unload the models. Hey, Mr. Frank, I just noticed that you're actually a member. Thank you for joining my stream. So if you're actually watching this on your phone, you have to open up Safari to go to, my YouTube page, and then there's like a join button. I noticed that the join button does not show up if you're on the iOS app and watching the stream live on Safari. So thanks for becoming a member of the stream. Thank you so much, Frank. So cool to see you here. So I appreciate it. Hertzfeld Labs was like one of the first members, and we had some other person that also joined. And so we were doing a whole stream on Sora, and it was really cool. So Mr. Frank, if you want to let me know if there's anything you want me to generate on Sora, just put the prompt in right now. We can have that generate in the meantime while this is cooking too, because this is going to take a little while. So I think what might be better here is to try to see if we can load a different model. So what I want to do is load different models. So we have chats on the side, and then we have my models. And then if I go to my models, if it goes discover, okay, so this discover thing on the left side is where we actually find out where to download the models. So we talked about 10 cent, and then we talked about Hunyan. And so this is the Hunyan model. And well, is this the one that's going to allow us to do the video? Likely too large for this machine. Damn, 52 billion? Bruh, why is it so? 194 gigabytes? Damn. I should be able to run this at 3-bit. So hold on, let me cook. So I have my LLM calculator, and so it's running at 3-bit. Okay, I got 128 gigs of RAM. I should be able to cook with this. I don't understand. How are they doing their calculation? Sheesh, bro. But yeah, 194 gigs is going to take us a little while to download this thing. But yeah, let's try to download the 70B. So you see there's two options up here. One says GGUF and one says MLX. If you have a M series Mac, what you want to do is download the models, if you can, using the MLX framework. And the MLX framework is extremely powerful and can utilize all the different memory and cores and the GPU stuff on your machine in a very efficient manner. There aren't currently a lot of models available on here, but the models that they do have are pretty baller and stuff. And there's going to just keep being more and more. So the one that we're talking about here, I think was called Llama 3.3. Okay. So yeah, Llama 3.3, here we are. MLX community, it shows up here. And the one that we downloaded earlier was the 8-bit model. And did you see that was like double the size? So the 8-bit was basically 80 gigs and the 4-bit is only 39 gigs. And so for me, if I download the 4-bit model, I should be able to run this super fast. So if I just go ahead and click this guy and then just hit download on here, I should be able to download this model. So at my current connection, it'll probably take about 10 minutes to download. And so, yeah, you can see the difference in speed. So like, I'm pretty sure the tokens per second for our chat is just going to be way faster with basically a model that's, taking up half the amount of resources on my machine. And so here's basically the Mr. Beast response that we got earlier. So it's ChatGPT apocalypse, how to survive when AI goes dark forever. That's an interesting hook, right? And actually it's still generating more ideas, by the way. And so all of these chats are saved locally on your machine, which is really, really cool. And that means that you'll have these forever. Like as long as you still have this machine, you're pretty much good, and then you're pretty much, like, I think that's kind of like the whole nice thing about this here. So, saw the hilarious video of the alien in black and white old-timey film grainy dancing. The setting was hip-hop music where the alien was trying to impress a human girl. It was really funny. Yeah, the Sora stuff is really amazing. And there are a couple of Sora-like models, and that's kind of what I need to dig in a little bit deeper to go take a look. So yeah, that'd be awesome. Yes. So yeah, while this is downloading, so just to recap real quick for those who are just tuning in, what you want to check out is LM Studio. And then once you go to lmstudio.ai, from here, you just click the download there. So is it basically a Mac? Are you dealing with a M series Mac? Download that. If you've got a Windows machine, you could do that. You could do Linux. Obviously, if you have a Windows machine, you're going to be able to use the MLX models. You're going to be fine. It's just going to be the power of your GPU. The other one you want to check out is the LLM RAM calculator. So this is the thing that you probably want to check out. So let me see if I can put this in the chat. And then basically, this resource will also be linked below for those who are trying to join in. So basically, click that link, and then that'll take you here. And then this is kind of where you can do some calculations, figure out, how much VRAM or whatever resources you have on your computer. I have an LLM cursor rules file. And so these are basically instructions to tell the AI model to do stuff. So you can have it assist you in product development. And so one thing that we can do right now is try to see if we can actually do this with the Hermes model, like the really tiny model. Let's see if we can kind of have it go through and see if we can make an app for us. So in LM Studio, I'm going to go ahead and stop this generation. I'm going to go ahead and eject this model. And then we're just going to go back and just start a new chat. And so I think what I want to do over here, as far as presets, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I'm going to go ahead and create a new system prompt. I'm going to call it, what was it? AI Product Development Assistant. So that's good. AI Product Dev Assistant. And then we're going to go ahead and hit save here. So that'll be saved there. All right, cool. So we're going to load a model, and we're going to load the Hermes one. And so we're just going to keep those default settings. We're going to be good. Commit the changes. All right. So now that we have this set up, we have this here. And then, so what it's going to do is just try to help us build an app. So it's like, I want to build an app that will allow me to chat with my transcripts and help me generate blog posts or Twitter threads from the transcripts. Yeah, so that'd be kind of cool. Or actually help me generate TikTok short videos from the ideas. Okay, so once we have that there, I'm gonna go ahead and hit send. And so we're basically chatting with the Llama 3.3 model. Super fast, right? So awesome. Let me see if I can make the font bigger. Yes, I can. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this collapse window since we're kind of dealing with this, and we're going to collapse this one. But just to give you a heads up, we're using a preset, and that's like a system prompt. And I grabbed the system prompt from my repo at GitHub. So I have this posted on GitHub, and I'll post this link below. It's in my LLM cursor rules, but I call it the AI product dev. And so by having this in there, it's going to ask us about design flows, how to generate each screen. So if you're basically trying to do stuff with cursor, this is going to be super handy for you to basically kind of iterate. If you aren't familiar with product development or making apps and stuff, or if you're still new to making apps, this is kind of a good sidekick to have with you. You can put that in Claude, you can put that in O1, you can put that into any model. We're practicing with the local model just in case you're offline, but hey, why not? So I thought that'd be kind of cool. And so let me kind of move my head a little bit here, move it to the side. Okay, that'd be kind of chill. And so it says you have presented the idea for a product that could help you interact with your transcripts and TikTok short videos. What specific problems do you hope to solve by having this app? Who's the target audience? Why do they need this feature? Are there existing solutions? Are there particular timeline? Oops. And then the summary, in app design. So it's basically it's creating what they call like a spec doc. And this is something that we can feed into Cursor or something like Bolt or whatever to generate a new app idea. So I think what we can do, it's already giving us a design flow here. So it's actually saying, here's a design flow. The user sees a list of recently assisted transcripts with summaries. User can view these items and review them. And then the video, there's a playback screen. So I think I want this app to focus on generating the writing for these scripts for these shorts. It should be able to get a YouTube link or a podcast link and then allow the user to extract the ideas and insights for a given persona. And I think insights, it should be able to offer various personas that could benefit from the information. It should also allow the user to set personas. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. It's pretty cool. Isn't that awesome? So what we can do is like, so you have expanded your product idea to help generate scripts for TikTok based on shorts, based on YouTube links and podcasts, ask clarifying questions and design flows and so forth. So the screens, this is interesting. It has like a link to v0.dev. Interesting. And then podcast video extraction. Okay. Search APIs. So it gives us a Perplexity search API for something and also gives us a URL for this. Oh, that's pretty cool. So your expanded app idea could provide a valuable resource for users to generate TikTok scripts. However, additional APIs will be required to fully implement, such as YouTube API extract. To proceed with this app persona, please type in generate plan. So let's go ahead and type in that. Oops. Generate plan. Cool. So let's go ahead and do that. And so now it's actually generating a plan for us. So it's telling us about the different features. There's a YouTube video extraction feature, a podcast extraction, script writing screen, user persona, testing and refinement, and so forth. So to set this up using Next.js app router, integrate necessary libraries. So to summarize, let's go implement next steps. Next steps to start the coding plan. So we want the coding plan. Boom. There we go. And by the way, this is a Llama, Hermes 3, Llama 3.2. This is a 3 billion model. This is a really tiny model, and it's giving us all this detail here. So it's just a FYI. This is while we're still downloading the Llama 70 billion 4-bit model, which would probably be most appropriate. So I have 120 gigs of RAM. It's slow, but it's probably going to be like double the speed because we're basically having less resources used to run that model. So this is giving us a code snippet for the YouTube feature using, wow, this is pretty awesome. integrate the libraries like the YouTube API. Sweet. This is awesome. So that's cool. That's cool. And so this is a tiny model, 3 billion parameters. Like, to get this type of output is pretty sweet. And I can imagine there could be quite a bit of use cases and stuff for this. So yeah, just in summary real quick, LM Studio, download this. Once you open LM Studio, you basically have this thing called Show Chats. This is where you'll generate new chats. And then you'll have the Discover with this little magnifying glass on the left. And this is actually where we're going to go, where you go and type in the model names. So if you type in Llama 3.3, you're going to get the latest 70B model. And because we're running on a Mac, you just go ahead and select MLX and then go ahead and download. You'll probably need the 4-bit model. This will actually tell you if your model can actually run on that machine or not. So that's kind of what it is there. And there are other models that they have here that are available that are popular that they pick to feature. So you can do a DeepSeek coder. So we can probably do the DeepSeek coder one. Why not? Let's go ahead and download that one too. Just download everything. If you have the space, it's going to be really great to download that. So as you download them, you can load them into your chats by going to the very top here. And then once you load them into your chat, that's where you can just go ahead and start the conversation. So we hit new. We have this model already loaded. It's in purple. And then you can just go ahead and ask away. And so there's this little beaker on the top right that you may not see. But once you click this up here, then that'll allow you to set the system prompt. And the system prompt is super important because you want to set those instructions up to have the model behave in the way that you want it to behave. So if you want it to behave and follow certain rules like for Next.js and stuff, I think that's where we're going to go ahead and do that. So while the model is downloading us for DeepSeek Coder, the one that I use a lot, especially my LLM cursor rules, is the rules for, I'll show you right now. The rules are for the Next.js 14 TypeScript Tailwind. So this is the one that's like pretty much my go-to, and I came up with this I think, I don't know, quite a bit ago. But this has a massive set of guidelines for it to follow as far as like code structure, syntax. And this type of instruction set is really, really good for these types of models, especially the open source models to follow. It's in Markdown. And so Markdown, like I find that these models do really well at dealing with this stuff. So we're going to just go ahead and copy this rules for Next.js 14 development. I'm going to go back into LM Studio. I'm going to go into this preset area. I'm going to close this for now. Create new empty preset and say Next.js 14 dev. And I'm going to paste in that system prompt right in here, right above. So I'm going to move myself so you can see a little bit. So in the system prompt area, I've pasted that there. And then we're going to go hit save. And then going to go ahead and commit the changes. And so now this system prompt is loaded in for us. And so once this model is done, we're going to go in here and then we're going to try to like basically give it some instructions to generate some stuff for us. And so this was actually all birthed out of, let's see, Next.js Tailwind CSS. Let's see, next.js. And so I originally made this prompt back in the day using Claude Sonnet. And so within Claude Sonnet, I basically wanted it to do like a landing page. And so what I did was I gave it these screenshots. And I said, hey, this is Justin Welsh. I want to see if like I give it these instructions, it should be able to generate a landing page for me. And literally in one shot, it generated like the entire landing page. So let me show you how this like stuff really cooks on Claude. And then this is something we're going to try to reproduce with DeepSeek Coder. And so it's like, I want to generate a landing page. And then it basically goes through the entire like code that you need for the about page, the app page, the header component, you know, what's in the header component code, like the about page as well, help, features, blog post, and like global styles. And literally it's like did it all in one shot just by analyzing the images. And so when Cursor came out, I literally gave it this prompt and it did the same thing all in one shot. And I was like, yo, this is powerful stuff. So this is kind of like sort of my benchmark test now in how I do this stuff. Igor, how's it going? Can you set up the golden ratio for typography instructions for Next.js? I'm familiar with the golden ratio, like the, 618 and like these types of fibs and stuff. I'm pretty sure if you like, I'm not exactly familiar with exactly what you're saying, but I think what you're saying is that I want to give it some design rules and put that into my rule set. So that way when I interface with windsurf or I interface with cursor, that it should be able to follow those instructions. And so one of the ways that I do that is by using Perplexity. And so we can go to Perplexity, perplexity.ai. And so with Perplexity, in here, what we can do is like basically get this text from Igor and say, set up, please research the golden ratio for typography. I want to give my LLM instructions in Markdown to use for my Next.js apps. And so what this should do is basically go out on the internet and search about, what is this whole concept? Because I'm not really deeply familiar with that concept in terms of how to actually apply it in code. So I'm basically using, Perplexity to help me do that. And I have the Perplexity Pro plan, and that should allow you to, basically kind of do that thing here. While that's going, I wanted to show you one more thing while you're on the stream as a bonus, since you've been paying attention here. And that was basically on my profile. And on my profile, was it? I retweeted it, but there's like so much going on today. There's like, I got to catch you all up on a whole bunch of stuff. What was that thing? So there's this new deal that you can get that gets you Perplexity Pro for a year for free, which is pretty fire. And I want to find this right now. Oh, here, this is what it's called. It's called the AI Engineer Starter Pack. And you need to be on this like ASAP. So I retweeted this tweet here, and this is basically AIengineerpack.com. So if you click this, go to AIengineerpack.com. I'm going to put this right now into the YouTube. And so if you click this link, AIengineerpack.com, I'm not sponsored by any of these people, by the way. I'm just telling you about a really good deal right now that's free. So this is crazy. This is absolute bonkers. So AIengineerpack.com. This is a starter pack for the AI engineer. And basically what you get is you can get 50, no coupons remaining. I didn't even use the credit. Whoa, I didn't realize they can run out like that. Dang it, I should have hit redeem. Fudge. Okay, so what? Hugging Face ran? Okay, so you need to get on this right now. I'm telling everyone about, oh my God. I did get a code. Does anyone want Perplexity free for a year? I have a code. I literally used one of the codes. I didn't use the code. I got the code. I didn't use it. So I didn't realize that they actually run out like that. Mr. Frank, if you don't have, if any of my members, Hertzfeld Labs or Mr. Frank or anyone, if you're watching right now, just send me a DM because you're a member. I'll get you Perplexity Pro for free. I'll just get you this coupon code so that you can use it since you're a member of my stream. And to join as a member, you just have to go to youtube.com/@RayFernando1337. Basically, just go to my profile. And in my profile, you basically hit the join button. And the join button, all there is just one tier. It's $6.99. It's called the Let Me Cook. So you can be part of the family for me. And I do stuff like this. Like if you're just part of the crew, I hook you up. So that's a big thank you to those folks who are helping support me. It's not an obligation at all, but it's just cool stuff. Like, just being a member gets you perks and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on with my search here right now. So I'm going to refresh Perplexity. Okay, of course it does go away. That's why I copied the prompt. So it's going to try to do its thing. All right, so that's AI Engineer Pack. It sounds like these coupons could go away. So make sure you redeem them so you get them. So there's Supabase one as well to get you $50 in credits, which is awesome. So Perplexity, you get that 1 year for free. That's already gone, but you do get $50 in lovable credits. Hugging Face is gone already, the Pro. I just asked for Clerk redemption. So I get $50 or 50% off for the Pro plan for 6 months. 11 Labs has free 3 months creator plan. So sheesh, get on these deals right now. Free. All you have to do is put in your, link your GitHub, then you link your LinkedIn profile, and then put in like a phone number, like a Google Voice number, and then you're good. It's free. I mean, sheesh. That is what it is. Would be cool to get a coupon. Yeah, I'll get you the coupon, Mr. Frank, so that way you'll get on that. So, yeah. Snagged this pack this morning. Yep. Dude, Hertzfeld Labs is on it, man. That's what's up. So, okay, cool. So that's that. And our LM Studio, I think, should be done by now. Let's cook. Yes, DeepSeek Coder. Okay, so I'm going to eject the other models. Let's go to DeepSeek Coder. I'm going to go ahead and load this model up. Let's load her. Oh, wait. Did I select the wrong one? Let me eject. There is DeepSeek Coder and it says, remember, okay, yeah, load it. Load it up. Okay, we are running the system prompt here. And so what I wanted to do was go into the Next.js landing page. Can I just give it an image and like let it download this? So let me just, I think I should be able to upload an image. Yeah. All right, let's go. Yeah, let's do this. Hold on. I think I could just drag and drop in here, right? Oh, it does not support image input. Okay, so this model doesn't support image input, but dang, because that would be fire. So yeah, I want you to create a landing page for components and then, dang, oh man. Okay, so let's see if I can have it do some other cool problems. Rendering timestamps in apps. So maybe, what did I do here? Okay, yeah, so I have this here as far as an app. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna copy this code. I'm gonna put it into here. I'm just gonna try to reproduce some of these cases here. And then I have the actions file as well. So the actions.tsx. I'm just gonna copy this as well. We're just gonna see how good this is DeepSeek Coder, the model. Let's see, actions.tsx. And then this other one is, what's the name of this file? Yeah, let me just put that in real quick. Actions.tsx at the bottom, boom. And then this one's gonna be enhanced, this one tsx. So what I do for my files, I just in Markdown at the very top of the file, like I just do hashtag whatever the name of the file is so that the language model knows that that's kind of like a pattern to kind of break at. And then here, I'm going to say the user is not seeing timestamps returned in my app, is seeing object, please fix it. So this is a really good test to see if it can actually fix this bug. So I'm going to do it like this. 1, 2, 3, and then, oh, stop. Okay, delete, and then go back here to the little pencil, and then go to the bottom. If you hit shift and enter, it makes the new lines, and then we're going to hit enter again. It says regenerate AI response. Now that we have the additional stuff, it's basically going to give us that there. So yeah, cool. So let's go. I mean, this is DeepSeek Coder, by the way. DeepSeek Coder V2, the light instruction set, that's 4 billion parameters. And, you know, it's basically taking our instructions for Next.js that I had configured here on the side. So these Next.js instructions were from my repo. And if you want to grab them, you just go ahead to LLM cursor rules and get them there. And we have LM Studio doing its thing. And now it's generated the code right here. So this is all the code that it's going to go use to fix this bug. And then what else is telling us instructions? This code should be placed inside of actions file within your structure, ensuring it's part of AI RSC model. Damn, that's awesome. It knows about that. The create AI, get mutable state, and the stream UI functions are used to interact with the AI state and generate timestamps based on analyzed content. Let's go. This is great. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, DeepSeek Coder. So this is local AI. This is all running locally on my machine. And yeah, I basically have, you know, my own coder there. And so I could show you what I think this is what Claude gave me back. Yeah, it gave me similar types of things here. So yeah, I think so. That's LM Studio in a nutshell, real quick. The link doesn't work. The AI, let me know what the link is, and then I'll have the resources tagged in the video below so that you can see as well. Can the LM Studio load in Qwen 2.5 coder? Yes, it can load in everything. So if I go here, Qwen 2.5, yep, there's the 2.5 coder here. So we have the 14B model, we have the MLX 8-bit. I'm loading the MLX ones, by the way, so that way it can run it more efficiently. But yeah, so we have the 2.5 coder, there's the 4-bit, there's the 8-bit, 2.5 14B. Yeah. So yeah, the coder model, we have the 8-bit. Yeah, so that's what's up. And then you can uncheck it and run the GGUF one if you want to as well, Mr. Frank. So that's what's up. So yeah, that's basically, just to recap, LM Studio, lmstudio.ai is all you do is just go there, download your LM Studio. That's pretty much going to be your gateway right all the way into starting out with these AI models. You just start a new chat and you can select a model by going into the Discover tab, type in the models you want. So Llama 3.3b is probably the easiest and fastest one you can get set up. And that's the one that's going to be running like the 4-bit and so forth. So make sure you check the size and some resources. My LLM calculator is there. I'm going to have some stuff, rayfernando.ai. So I'm trying to put more stuff on my blog. I'm going to have this post probably with all the other instructions on here. So that way you can go ahead and take a look and get started. So that'll be pretty helpful. I also have some stuff on how you get started with setting up Anaconda. So if you're doing basically developing with Python and trying to set up your whole Python environment, this is a really nice walkthrough on my blog at rayfernando.ai to kind of walk you through step by step. So I'm going to do a similar one for this post, so that way you can go ahead and kind of walk through if the video is too long and so forth. So yeah, thanks for tuning in real quick. This is just want to quickly pop in the stream and kind of let you know with the AI stuff going down with ChatGPT, stuff can happen like that anytime. I don't want your work to be paused. And it's also important to have these types of things with us forever. Because as life moves on, we can always go back and reference this. If something catastrophic happens, all you need is power, and then you have these models to talk to help you navigate life and do stuff. So with that, thanks for tuning in, Mr. Frank. I'll hit you up with that Perplexity DM. Thank you for becoming a member. Make sure if you haven't checked that out, Ray Fernando 1337 on YouTube, and then that's where you can find me. So you can subscribe. It's free to subscribe. And if you want to join in and support the stream and do that stuff, you can go ahead and hit the join there. I just have one tier. It's $6.99. Let me cook. You'll be part of the crew, and then you get your stripes as you become a member for a longer time. Your little badge colors will change and stuff. More perks and stuff to come soon as well. So appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I'll see y'all on the next stream. I have a stream this Friday, which we're going to go over Replit agents. Then this weekend, I'm also going to go over Bolt. So if you haven't had a chance to play around with Bolt, I haven't really played around with it yet, so this is going to be my chance to explore. I heard you can connect Supabase with it, which would be really cool. I also found a really cool technique so that you can connect your database to Claude, and that's using Anthropic's new MCP thing. And so imagine using Claude, like the Claude desktop app, to chat with your database directly and like make the code changes. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and it's so cool because so many people have asked me about how do you set up a backend, and I'm trying to figure out the easiest way that you can interact with your backend so that you don't have to like copy and paste and go around. So I'm finding that this workflow is going to be really, really cool. So combining this with Cursor, combining this with Windsurf, combining this with a bunch of other methods, it's a pretty heavy topic, and it's going to be a long stream, but I think it's going to be worth it for you. So that's a lot of stuff coming up this weekend. So stay tuned. I'm currently in Hawaii. It's about to be sunset right now. I got to go get some dinner. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day right now. Please go enjoy the evening, and I will see you very soon, definitely on Friday, if not tomorrow. And hopefully OpenAI drops some really cool stuff tomorrow. All right, y'all. Peace.